The doorbell rang like a gunshot in the quiet afternoon, jolting Emily from her kitchen stool where she'd been scrolling through her phone. She opened the door to find her neighbor Lillian, standing there with mascara-streaked cheeks and a suitcase clutched in her trembling hands. "She's gone, Emily. My wife left me for someone younger, and I don't know how to breathe without her." Emily's heart skipped a beat. Lillian, the poised 59-year-old professor, who'd lived next door for years with her wife, Sarah, now looked like a ghost of herself. Emily had always admired their seemingly perfect marriage. The garden parties, the shared laughs over the fence. But this revelation cracked that facade wide open. She pulled Lillian inside, her mind racing with questions she dared not ask yet. As they sat in the living room, Lillian poured out the story in halting whispers. Sarah had confessed to an affair just that morning, packing her bags while Lillian was at the university teaching her literature class. "We've been together 25 years, Lillian said, her voice breaking. "I thought we were unbreakable." But she said she felt trapped, that our life had become routine. And now she's off to California with this woman half her age. Emily listened, her own thoughts swirling. At 32 she was single, having come out as lesbian in her 20s only to face rejection from her conservative family back in Texas. Moving to this quiet suburb in Seattle had been her escape, a place where she could blend in without judgment. Lillian and Sarah had been her role models, proof that love like hers could endure. Now, seeing Lillian crumble, Emily felt a pang of empathy mixed with something deeper. An urge to protect, to fix what was broken. "Why come to me?" Emily asked gently, handing Lillian a tissue. Lillian wiped her eyes. "You're the only one around here who gets it. The neighbors. They smile, but I see the whispers. Those two women. Sarah and I fought so hard for acceptance, and now this? I can't face them alone." Emily nodded, her mind flashing to her own past. Her parents had disowned her when she brought home her first girlfriend in college. "You'll never have a real family," her mother had spat. Those words still haunted her, making her wary of deep connections. But Lillian needed her now, and Emily couldn't turn away. Over the next few hours as the sun dipped low, Emily helped Lillian unpack her emotions more than her suitcase. They talked about the signs Lillian had ignored. The late nights at work, the distant touches. Lillian admitted she'd sensed the drift but clung to hope, fearing the alternative. "I gave up so much for her," she confessed. "My career stalled because I supported her dreams. Now what's left?" Emily's inner voice whispered warnings. "Don't get too involved." But she pushed it aside. "Stay here tonight. We'll figure it out." That night, as Lillian slept on the couch, Emily lay awake, pondering the fragility of love. How could something so solid shatter? And why did it stir something in her? A mix of sorrow and unspoken longing. The next morning brought more chaos. Lillian's phone buzzed incessantly with calls from Sarah, who was already at the airport. Lillian answered on speaker, her voice steady but laced with pain. "Why, Sarah? After everything?" Sarah's reply was cold. "I need to live for me now. You deserve better, Lil. But I can't stay." Lillian hung up, tears flowing anew. Emily watched, her chest tightening. She remembered her own breakup years ago, the betrayal that left her distrustful. Yet here she was, drawn into Lillian's storm. As days turned into a week, Emily became Lillian's anchor. She cooked meals, listened to rants, and even helped sort through old photos, each one a dagger to Lillian's heart. But amid the grief, moments of connection emerged. Lillian shared stories of her youth, coming out in the 80s when society branded her a deviant. "My parents cut me off," she said. "Sarah was my family." Emily opened up too about her isolation. "I envy what you had, even if it ended." Lillian looked at her with weary eyes. "Don't envy. It cost me my soul." Emily felt a spark, quickly doused by guilt. Sarah was barely gone. This was no time for such thoughts. But the intimacy grew, subtle yet undeniable. One evening, as they shared wine on the porch, Lillian leaned in. "Thank you, Emily. I don't know what I'd do without you." Emily's heart raced. Was this gratitude or something more? She pulled back, reminding herself of boundaries. But the line was blurring and she knew it. The suburb buzzed with whispers as news of Sarah's departure spread. Emily noticed the sidelong glances from neighbors during her morning jogs, The Smiths across the street, the conservative couple who'd once complained about Lillian and Sarah's pride flag. Poor Lillian, one said loudly enough for Emily to hear. But maybe it's for the best. That lifestyle. Emily's blood boiled. She confronted them later, her voice sharp. Mind your own business. She's hurting. But inside doubt crept in. Was helping Lillian inviting more scrutiny on herself? She'd moved here for peace, not drama. Yet every day she chose to stay by Lillian's side. Lillian, meanwhile, wrestled with her own demons. In quiet moments she questioned her life's choices. Had marrying Sarah been a rebellion against her strict Catholic upbringing? Her mind replayed childhood sermons. Homosexuality is a sin. She'd defied them, but now alone the old guilt resurfaced. Maybe this is punishment, she thought, staring at the ceiling at night. Emily sensed Lillian's turmoil and pushed her to seek therapy, but Lillian resisted. I don't need a stranger. I have you. Those words warmed Emily, but also terrified her. She was falling hard. One afternoon, while helping Lillian box up Sarah's things, their hands brushed. Lillian didn't pull away. Emily, you've been my lifeline. Emily's breath caught. I just want you to heal. But healing came with complications. Lillian's daughter, Mia, arrived unannounced from college. At 22, Mia was fierce and protective. Mom, what's going on? Dad, wait, Sarah left. Lillian broke down again, explaining the affair. Mia hugged her, then eyed Emily suspiciously. And who's this? Emily, my neighbor. She's been helping. Mia's gaze narrowed. Helping how? Emily felt the accusation like a slap. Mia pulled Lillian aside, whispering furiously. Later, Lillian confided. Mia's worried you're taking advantage. She's seen too many stories like this. Emily's stomach churned. I'm not. I swear. But Mia's visit stirred the pot. She stayed a few days, grilling Lillian about finances, the house, everything Sarah had co-owned. You need to lawyer up, Mom. Don't let her take everything. Lillian nodded, but her heart wasn't in it. I just want peace. Emily watched from afar, her own conflicts mounting. Her boss noticed her distraction at work, the marketing firm where she designed campaigns. Everything okay, Em? She lied, fine. But inside she debated pulling back. What if Mia was right? What if her feelings were clouding judgment? Yet, when Mia left, Lillian turned to Emily again. Don't listen to her. I need you. Their bond deepened over shared walks in the park, where Lillian opened up about societal pressures. In academia, I hid my marriage for years to get tenure. Now at 59, I'm starting over. Emily shared her fears too. My family thinks I'm doomed to loneliness. Maybe they're right. Lillian squeezed her hand. No, you're not. That touch lingered, sparking debates in Emily's mind. Was this rebound? Or real? Tension escalated when Sarah called back, begging for forgiveness. I made a mistake, Lil. Come to California. Lillian hesitated, her voice trembling. You broke us. Emily overheard, jealousy flaring. She confronted Lillian after. Are you considering it? Lillian sighed. Part of me wants the familiar. But it's gone. Emily's relief was short-lived. That night, alone, she admitted her feelings to herself. I'm in love with her. The realization hit like a wave, bringing guilt. Sarah's shadow loomed large. As weeks passed, Lillian's depression lifted slightly, thanks to Emily's encouragement. They attended a local LGBT support group, where stories of betrayal echoed their own. One woman shared, I left my wife for freedom but regret it every day. Lillian whispered to Emily, that's Sarah. But the group also highlighted prejudices. A speaker discussed ongoing discrimination, from job losses to family estrangements. Lillian nodded knowingly. I've lived it. Emily felt empowered, yet burdened. Helping Lillian meant confronting her own unresolved pain. One evening, as rain pattered outside, Lillian confessed, Emily, I think I'm feeling something for you. Is that wrong? Emily's heart soared and sank. It's complicated. The air thickened with unspoken possibilities, but also risks. What price would they pay? Mia's return call ignited the next firestorm. Mom, I heard from Sarah's sister. She's saying you're moving on too fast, with the neighbor. Lillian gripped the phone. It's not like that. But Mia pressed. Be careful. You're vulnerable. After hanging up, Lillian paced. My own daughter doubts me. As if I haven't suffered enough. Emily comforted her, but inwardly questioned everything. Was she the villain in this story? Her mind raced with ethical dilemmas. Lillian was grieving. Any romance now could be seen as predatory. Yet, their connection felt authentic. They spent evenings discussing literature, Lillian's passion, analyzing characters' flawed choices. Like in The Great Gatsby, Lillian said. Daisy betrayed everyone for security. Emily replied. But what if love demands risk? Lillian's eyes met hers. Maybe it does. Societal pressures mounted. At a neighborhood barbecue, whispers turned overt. Heard about Lillian? Her wife's gone, and now she's cozy with that young one. Emily overheard, her face flushing. She confronted the gossiper. Mind your tongue. You know nothing. But the words stung, echoing her family's judgments. You'll never be normal, her father had said. Lillian, hearing of it, withdrew. I don't want to drag you down. Emily insisted. We're in this together. But doubt festered. Lillian began seeing a therapist, urged by Emily. Sessions unearthed deep-seated issues. Abandonment from her parents. The toll of hiding her identity. I married Sarah to prove I could have a normal life, she admitted to Emily later. But it was a cage. Emily shared her own therapy stories. I learned to forgive my family, but not forget. Their vulnerability bred intimacy, but also conflict. One night, Sarah showed up at Lillian's door, suitcase in hand. I ended it. Please, Lil. Emily, visiting, froze in the hallway. Lillian looked torn. You can't just come back. Sarah pleaded. We built a life. Don't throw it away for her. The accusation hung heavy. Lillian glanced at Emily, pain etched on her face. Leave, Sarah. After Sarah stormed out, Lillian collapsed. I almost said yes. For stability. Emily's heart ached. What do you want? Lillian whispered, you. But is it fair? The moral quandary consumed Emily. Was pursuing this betraying Sarah's memory? Or honoring true feelings? Family intervention escalated. Lillian's brother, estranged for years, called. Heard about your mess. Mom always said this lifestyle would ruin you. Lillian hung up, furious. They disowned me decades ago. Now they care. Emily's family echoed similar sentiments when she confided in a cousin. Dating an older woman fresh from divorce? Sounds messy. The judgments fueled Emily's inner turmoil. Am I making a mistake? She thought, staring at her reflection. Yet moments of joy pierced the drama. A weekend trip to the coast where they walked beaches, sharing dreams. Lillian laughed freely for the first time. With you I feel alive. Emily smiled, but worry lingered. Back home, Mia arrived again, this time with an ultimatum. Mom, choose. Rebuild alone or risk everything with her. Lillian stood firm. I choose happiness. Mia left in tears, vowing distance. The cost was high, losing her daughter temporarily. Emily felt responsible. I'm sorry. Lillian shook her head. No. This is my fight. As tensions peaked, Emily faced her own crossroads. Continue risking heartbreak or walk away. The fallout from Mia's visit rippled through their lives. Lillian obsessed over mending the rift, calling daily, but Mia's responses were curt. You need time, Mom. Without influences. Lillian's guilt intensified. She's right. I'm rushing. Emily argued. We're adults. We decide. But inwardly, Emily battled self-doubt. Her work suffered. A big project flopped due to distraction. Her boss warned, get it together or you're out. The pressure cooker of society added fuel. An article in the local paper highlighted divorce trends in same-sex marriages, citing higher rates due to external stresses. Lillian read it aloud, voice bitter. As if straight couples don't fail. Emily nodded. It's bias. We fight twice as hard. Their relationship evolved amid the chaos. Subtle touches turned to kisses born of comfort. But Emily pulled back often, haunted by ethics. Are we betraying ourselves? Lillian pondered too. Sarah's gone, but her ghost lingers. A turning point came at a family reunion Lillian attended alone. Her extended family's first outreach in years. They grilled her. Why not find a man? Settle properly. Lillian defended her life. Love isn't about gender. But the encounter shook her. Back home, she told Emily, they offered support if I change. Emily's anger flared. That's not support. The incident sparked Lillian's awakening. She began advocating locally, joining panels on LGBT rights. I've hidden too long. Emily joined her, finding purpose. But risks emerged. Protests turned ugly. Slurs hurled. One night, eggs hit Lillian's window. Freaks, a voice yelled. Fear gripped them. Emily thought, is love worth this danger? Lillian stood defiant. Yes, we've earned it. Sarah's return complicated matters. She filed for divorce but contested assets, claiming Lillian was unstable. Influenced by that girl, her lawyer argued. Court dates loomed, forcing decisions. Lillian had to choose, fight or settle. Emily supported her through depositions, where painful truths emerged. Sarah admitted the affair but blamed Lillian. You were distant. Lillian countered. You cheated. The emotional toll was immense. Lillian lost weight, sleep. Emily worried constantly. In a moment of weakness, Lillian confided, maybe I should give in. For peace. Emily urged, no. Fight for what's yours. The trial's eve brought confession. Emily, I love you. But this is destroying us. Emily's tears fell. Then let's face it together. Post-trial, Lillian won fair division, but victory felt hollow. Sarah's parting words. You'll regret this. Mia's gradual thaw came via a letter. I miss you, Mom. If she's good for you, okay? Relief washed over them, but scars remained. As they rebuilt, Emily reflected on costs. Lost friends, family strains, personal doubts. Was it worth it? With the divorce finalized, Lillian and Emily navigated their new reality. Mornings brought coffee and quiet talks, but shadows of past hurts lingered. Lillian often stared into space, replaying betrayals. Sarah was my world. Now you're rebuilding it. Emily nodded, her own insecurities surfacing. What if I'm just a rebound? Lillian reassured. No, you're my choice. Societal acceptance proved elusive. At work, Lillian's colleagues whispered about her midlife crisis. She ignored them, focusing on teaching with renewed passion. Emily faced similar at her firm. A promotion slipped away, hinted at due to personal distractions. She confronted her boss. Is it because I'm gay? He denied, but doubt sowed. Their relationship deepened through shared advocacy. They volunteered at shelters, helping others in similar plights. One young woman shared, my parents kicked me out for loving a girl. Lillian hugged her. You're not alone. These acts healed them, but conflicts arose. Emily's family reached out unexpectedly. A tentative email from her mother. We saw the news about gay rights. Thinking of you. Emily debated responding. They hurt me deeply. Lillian advised. Forgiveness is for you, not them. Emily wrote back, cautious. The reply was lukewarm but a start. Mia's full reconciliation came at Thanksgiving. She arrived with open arms. I was scared for you, Mom. But Emily. She's good. The dinner was tense at first, but laughter flowed. Yet Mia's questions probed. How did it start? Lillian explained honestly. In grief, we found each other. Mia nodded but warned. Just be sure. As winter set in, Emily and Lillian faced their biggest test. Commitment. Over dinner, Emily asked. Where do we go from here? Lillian smiled. Forward. Together. But doubts persisted. Emily's inner monologue raged. We've paid dearly, broken families, shattered trusts. Is love enough? A crisis hit when Sarah reappeared, remorseful. I want closure. Lillian met her, Emily waiting anxiously. Hours later, Lillian returned. It's over for good. Relief mingled with finality. They embraced, vowing resilience. Months later, their life stabilized. Lillian published an essay on her journey, sparking debates. Readers praised and criticized. Inspiring versus selfish. Emily read them, pondering. In the end, as they sat on the porch where it began, Lillian asked, was it all worth the pain? Emily squeezed her hand. Yes. But the question lingered for all. In the pursuit of true love, Is betraying old vows to embrace new ones ever truly right, or does it always come at too great a cost?